Дом 4-е сутки, напоминаю, без отопления полностью.
Hi guys, it's Seat from Warthog Defense. We are reporting about the Ukrainian bridgehead at Krynky, but now Russians are really getting mad about it because they are attacking the bridgehead non-stop and they can't overcome Ukrainian defense. And what's more about it, a few hundred Ukrainian soldiers are putting up a fight against thousands of Russian soldiers, and between them are elite airborne or VDV troops. We have an intriguing story about their commander General Teplinsky. Russians are making plans to purge him, same as they did with Surovikin. But let them do their things, because these are all weak spots in their tactics.
Krynky is a pre-war town of only 991 inhabitants, located on the eastern bank of the Dnieper, which was until 4th of November controlled by the Russians, and since then the Ukrainian Army Marine Forces, 36th and 38th Brigades among others, have begun to conquer it and establish a bridgehead. There are about 300 Ukrainian special troops in Krynky at the moment, fighting against 7 to 12 Russian brigades. By this time, the 300, they have already become a symbol of resistance, are defended by Magyar birds and Ukrainian artillery on the west bank, to maintain control of the town and to draw and generate as much destruction as possible to the Russian army. So far, at least 100 armored vehicles, visually confirmed, have been lost by the Russians trying to clear this bridgehead of 300 Ukrainian Spartans who are without armored equipment. Rybar is complaining about the Dnipro River situation, says any decisions for Russian artillery fire are way too slow and Ukrainian aircraft brazenly fly right over Krynky. Electronic warfare is also lacking. General Terpinsky, who was placed in command here, is not helping the situation. The situation with air defense in the Kherson region is deplorable. On a national scale and in specific areas, the problems are being solved over the past 6 months in terms of repelling massive raids by drones and missiles. There are means for this in the Kherson region, but for some reason their use is complicated by various bureaucratic problems. As a result, enemy planes and helicopters have become so brazen that they sometimes even fly over Krynky and strike rear areas with both guided and unguided missiles. But they don't have time to shoot them down because they are waiting for permission. The situation with the organization of artillery fire is also useless. In order for a target to be approved, whether it is an air defense missile system position area or a concentration of personnel, it is necessary to present a slide with photo or video confirmation and coordinates. This is despite the fact that when involving enemy air defense systems, it is necessary to strike as soon as possible due to the constant redeployment of the systems. But as a result, everything depends on when the headquarters will consider the information and make a decision, which will no longer be relevant. And the number of such targets per day can exceed a dozen. On January 6th, we personally witnessed how the process of coordinating the destruction of 5 armored vehicles, 7 self-propelled guns, and 2 tanks on the right bank of the Dnieper, with data from birds available, dragged on for half a day, and then the information completely leaked to the enemy. The goals lost relevance. There is no electronic warfare equipment. We don't know what this is caused by, but the Army has electronic warfare systems. Not enough for everyone, but this problem is being solved. The frequencies at which Ukrainian drones operate are no longer a secret, but a significant number of Ukrainian armed forces drones fly over Russian military personnel on the front lines. The human factor remains the most painful part. While it is possible to saturate the front line with various weapons and systems over time, it is more difficult to deal with the extremely slow thinking of the decision-makers. It seems that the Kremlin is trying to get rid of Russia's most influential General Teplinsky. The commander of the Russian airborne forces, General Mikhail Teplinsky, is very influential and popular among the Russian military. Recently, the Russian media have resumed a campaign to discredit him. After Prigozhin's mutiny and his confrontation with Shoigu and Gerasimov, Teplinsky was put under surveillance because of his ambiguous behavior. He could not be removed immediately, like Surovikin, because he was popular with the troops. So they decided to get rid of him gradually, first of all by destroying his image and support from the army, especially in the air forces. Some sources claim that, for this purpose, a special group was created from among the officers of information counteraction of the Russian armed forces. They established a network of channels and groups on social media that create and distribute materials aimed at discrediting Teplinsky. Teplinsky was also assigned to one of the potentially most difficult areas of the war. At the end of October, he became the head of the Dnepr group of troops, whose area of responsibility includes the occupied Kherson region and part of Zaporizhzhia. Teplinsky has great ambitions, and he is unsuccessfully trying to eliminate our Ukrainian stronghold at any cost. That is why the Russians are suffering huge losses in equipment and personnel, especially in airborne units. Of course, this hurts Teplinsky's reputation, as previously it was believed that he valued the lives of Russian soldiers above all else. Also, the Russian web pages discuss the subject of the general having two families. In addition, mental health issues are often mentioned, which allegedly also raises questions. By the way, today he turned 55 years old, and there are no official congratulations, which may also indicate disgrace. Russian telegram channels report that Armen Ospanov, a Russian colonel and head of the armored service of the Russian airborne forces, went to the occupied territories of Ukraine to raise the morale of personnel. There, he stepped on a mine and died. Moscow region continues to freeze. It's the fourth day without heating. Everyone who could has already self-evacuated. Residents of Elektrostal near Moscow showed how their house looks like. Russians wanted to freeze Europe, by the way, by cutting the Russian gas. But what goes around comes around.
Карла Маркса, 47А. Второй подъезд. Четвертые сутки без отопления. Подъезд замерз полностью. Весь дом замерз. Весь дом без отопления. Разорвало все батареи. Вот такой четвертый день. Вот в таком состоянии подъезд. Все подъезды этого дома. Вот так все это выглядит. Все то, что ремонтировали летом стены, красили. Все это отсырело, краска облетела. Вот она вся валяется на полу. Вот, пожалуйста, областные деньги, областной бюджет, фонд капитального ремонта. Подъезд полностью заморожен. Стояки заморожены в доме. Дом четвертые сутки, напоминаю, без отопления. Полностью. Никого на месте нет. Представителей администрации нет. Представителей управляющей компании сегодня здесь тоже нет. Видимо, они устали уже сюда приезжать. Есть несколько слесарей, которые где-то по дому что-то здесь уже четвертые сутки делают. И на этом все. Вот и ныне там, в квартирах 5 градусов тепла. Все, кто могли, люди, отсюда уже выехали, самоэвакуировались. Ну, а те, кто остались, выживают как могут. С газом, греются люди газом, отопительными всевозможными приборами.
Thanks for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, become a member of our channel and stay strong.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.